Alright, what's good? Welcome back to another video. So right now, by the time you're seeing this video, the Modern Warfare 2 beta will be over. This is going up the day after it ended, and I actually was not able to play it all on the last day, so this is not a live commentary or anything. The footage that you're seeing right now is actually just a game that I had recorded on the very first day that I was playing, and I thought that was kind of fitting. Thought it was kind of cool that I had some gameplay that I hadn't used yet from the very first day to talk about what happened over the course of the beta and what's going on now that it's over. So this video, I'm kind of like, it might be a little bit different than some other people's videos about the beta ending, because I'm mostly going to talk about, having played it now for as much time as I have, how I currently feel and what I feel like this game is going to be when it comes out and what I'm hoping that it could be when it comes out. And I'm not really going to focus on stuff that a lot of other people have been talking about, like the normal stuff that everyone has been saying, like the perk system or like TTK or footsteps, none of that. So yeah, let's get into it. So throughout the entire beta, I ended up playing around 6 days. I think the only days I didn't play were the very first day and obviously the very last day. But throughout the whole thing, I ended up having about 31 hours, I looked, which I think honestly is the most time that I have had in any of the COD betas. I can't say for sure, but I honestly can't remember playing Vanguard or Cold War, either of those betas, for that long. I might have, but I genuinely can't remember. I don't think that I did, and then I didn't play the Modern Warfare 2019 beta at all. I got that game like a month after it came out. As far as I can recall, this is the most polished beta that I've played in a very long time. I actually went back today and watched my videos that I had made about the Vanguard beta, and that beta was like broken. Like, there were things that people were complaining about. I feel like everything that people complained about in this game were gameplay elements outside of the UI. The UI needs to be fixed. The Modern Warfare 2 UI is tragic. It's horrible right now. But as far as in-game things go, the things that I saw people talking about the most were all gameplay elements that needed to be changed. There weren't like any game-breaking bugs, but in Vanguard, a lot of the maps and guns and stuff were just straight up broken. Like, I actually forgot there was a glitch where if you looked at the sun the wrong way, your entire screen would just start exploding. So there was nothing like that, which is really good. And I would say that even now, Modern Warfare 2, even in its current beta state, like just from a functionality standpoint, is significantly more polished than Vanguard and Cold War were when they launched. Like, Vanguard, even on launch, I had such rose-colored glasses on for that game, but going back and looking at it now, feeling how I do about it, that game was busted off the start. Like, I can't believe that I was letting some of the things that were happening on that game slide for so long. But this game is not like that. This game is very polished so far, and I'm glad that everything that needs to change is more or less just gameplay stuff. I do have high hopes and expectations for this game, although some of the things that Infinity Ward is doing right now are making me a little bit worried. They are being pretty transparent about the things that they are and are not changing, but some of the things that they are avoiding changing are the things that need to be changed the most. I appreciate that regardless of what the feedback is, even if they are going to double down on some of the things that we don't like, I can at least appreciate that they are responding to it at all and not completely ignoring it. Like, they have just straight up said at this point that they're not really going to do anything about the minimap. They like the minimap the way it is. Whatever statistics they use for how and why it works the way it does currently instead of how the old minimap was, works better for what they're trying to do. And I can at least appreciate that they have said that straight up instead of just completely ignoring everything that everyone had to say about it like they did in 2019. As far as the actual gameplay goes, I really like it. Like I said, most I've played a beta as far as I can remember. The guns, most of them feel really good. None of them feel broken, which is a good thing. The MP5 is clearly stronger than anything else in the game, but that's nothing new. But none of the games feel like horribly awful. Some of them are worse than others, but none of them feel like completely unusable or garbage or anything. Even the Sentinel, which is a 50 cal, felt significantly more usable than a lot of the snipers in the older games. So that's all good. I'm happy about that. Honestly, the map that I had the highest hope for, just from all the intel drops and everything, it was really the only one I had seen up until the actual beta came out. But Farm 18, I was really excited about. I don't hate that map by any means. I think it's fine. It's still playable, but that actually ended up being my least favorite one in the entire thing. Even the museum map, which I remember was taken out the very first day for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but I actually ended up liking that map even more than that one. But all the maps in the beta all around, there were none that I hated. All of them were playable. There were none that I like actively avoided. I had fun on almost all of them. Like I said, Farm 18 was the one I had the least fun on, but I never ever avoided it. I always would play it out, which is more than I could say about a lot of the maps on the old games. It was very interesting watching my videos about Vanguard, because even though the things that I was saying were very positive, in my very first video about it, I kind of livened up in my other ones, but in the very first video I made about it, talking about like, oh, how excited I was and all this stuff, I sounded like I was asleep. I don't know, I don't feel like I generally sound like that in my videos. I try to like sound, you know, alive and awake in my videos, but in that video, I literally just sounded like I was asleep. I don't think it had anything to do with the game itself or how I was feeling about the beta at the time. It's just kind of funny going back and looking at it now. But after this beta is all said and done, I feel like this game is probably gonna be the best one so far. It's already better than Cold War and Vanguard, and I feel like it is on track currently to be even better than Modern Warfare 2019. I'm also excited that there is so much to do in the game. Like, I was surprised by how much they were letting us do in this beta, and there's even more that we haven't done when the full game comes out, like significantly more. There's a ton more stuff that's happening when the actual game comes out. Even after the game comes out, we have Warzone and DMZ, which I'm also very excited about. I will definitely play Warzone. I don't know how like excited I am about that, but DMZ I'm very interested in, especially because we really haven't seen anything from that, and I'm hopeful for this game. I think I've said that in every video that I've made about it now, but I really am, especially with the way that this rollout has been happening and the way that the community is reacting. Everything about this rollout, the beta, the launch process, it feels like Infinity Ward wants this to be good, and it feels like more people than ever are excited about it. So I think this is going to be good. Honestly, I didn't have anything written down for this video like I did with the first one. I've just kind of been rambling. So hopefully this was good and you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, all that, and that's really all I have to say. So yeah, later.